YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with an arcade update video. I have a new addition to the room, plus I've reorganised the room, and it's reasonably tidy in my standards. So I thought I'd do a little round the room tour and introduce you to the new addition. This is my work area here where I'm producing my titles. You can see lots of cartridge shells there, some in the printer, and some circuit boards that I'm starting to put together. I'm doing the Coleco ones at the moment. There's some Spectre Video ones over there. Berserk Mini is over there firing away. So this is my general gaming area. I have all the minis set up here. Just about all fired up at the moment. Temperature's gone flat while I was setting up. Most recent one is Berserk there, making all the noise. I couldn't find my cord for the egret tube. That's a plug-in, not a battery one. But here's all the other ones running. Now up above the TV I have my Japanese software collection for the PC Engine, Saturn, Neo Geo CD, Dreamcast, and a little bit of Japanese PlayStation as well. I have this 4K screen here, which is on my backwards compatible PS3, currently with Fallout 3 in it. We have a Famicom 2 running Crisis Force at the moment. It's a nice little shooter. And we come round, so we have my original pinball machine, which is a virtual attack from Mars. It's got 10 very good tables on it. I haven't modified it so you can have the other 20 tables in the other two units. I prefer the ones that represent real tables. Never know, I might do that in future. I know you can add others to it, but I'm quite happy with those at the moment. We have the very first arcade cabinet I ever got. I still do have the twin copper board. Actually, speaking of that, that's down there at the moment. I have Fire Shark in it. I quite like Fire Shark. I like the toe plan games. So I have a few of them. Then we have my larger vertical cabinet. That is still just running a TV inside there. So the colours are a little off compared to a proper arcade, but it works quite well, and I like playing Raiden on it. We have my real Berserk cabinet. That one unfortunately is still down at the moment. The self-test goes up to the colour board and errors. I believe I still have a cable issue to fix. Next here we have what I call the ugly cab. So this was originally a Midway baseball, and then got converted into a Midway Space Invaders, and then somebody hacked out the middle of the Space Invaders marquee and put XDIs in there. I do have this mostly working. It just is having a problem with the chassis at the moment. You can turn it on for a little while and then it loses it. So I haven't quite figured out which component to replace. It has been recapped already. Then we have the Champion Street Fighter 2 Edition cabinet. It does work. I have the chassis currently out of there because I'm recapping it at the moment. And here is our new addition, my first real pinball. So it is a Data East Star Trek. Now this is not a project machine. This has already been done up by somebody else. So it is all working. I've actually put one of my Star Trek collectible Starship things up the top there. It looks tiny up there. But it's a very, very nice looking machine. Obviously it's it's an early 80s machine, so it doesn't have as many features as this, but it does have a multi-ball mode and lots of flashing lights and lots of play elements to work your way through. After I've done the walk around, I might see if I can set up the camera and we'll have a bit of a game. I've only actually had a couple of games on it. Actually, humorously, it actually advertises Hook when it's advertising, so Hook must have come in at the same time. But I'll just go over the playfield here. Once again, when I do a bit of play, I'll turn the camera the other way, but the playfield's in really good condition. There is only one fault on the playfield, and this is where the ball shoots out. There's a little chip wear spot there, but other than that, it is pretty immaculate and everything works, including the transporter mechanism here. You've got to get it in multi-ball mode to see that. And once again, I've only had a couple of games, so I'm not very good at it yet. Then we have my Australian lowboy cabinet, which I use as a Neo Geo cabinet. I currently have a 1-slot board in there and my Metal Slug 2 cartridge. I have a dedicated choplifter mini cabinet. That harness could also potentially take a Wonder Boy. That's the level of game. I have this little mini cabinet that could take pretty any early Konami game, but I have it set up as a Tutankhamun. I still need to get a new marquee decal that fills it out properly and fix the plastic so that it's a bit more see-through so the light works. There's actually a new light in there, but you can barely see it. This cabinet here was originally a Nintendo Space Firebird, but the control panel's completely hacked and ruined. I was using it as a Bosconian, and the monitor's been rotated to horizontal, so I was using it as a Bosconian. I have my Bosconian out at the moment. The board needs its second CPU replacing, so it's currently on my workbench. So I have this Pandora Box DX, which is the last model of the Pandora Box DX that works with CGA properly. Any newer than that, and they don't, and they basically only work on new monitors. And it actually gives quite a decent picture, and it's got a decent amount of games on them. They play okay, so it's not a bad one to have. We have my one racing game, which is Checkered Flag. Everybody always likes to have a go at that one. It still does have a bit of a squeaky pedal. Sorry, that's my MSX collection, by the way. Now going back to the floor, we have my Nintendo Hellfire cabinet. I have everything to make this work now. I just need time to finish doing the wiring. I have about 60% of the original harness wiring. I've just got some areas where I don't have the right plugs, so I've got to basically make new wiring harness for those sections and work out how to pin them onto the board properly. One of my earliest cocktail cabinets is this one, which I have as a dedicated Space Pilot, which is basically identical to Time Pilot. The logo's just got a logo hack. Then we have my Williams sit-down multi. So this is an FPGA board, and there's a whole heap of Williams games, plus it has dedicated Robotron controls on this side and Defender controls on this side, and you've got 3 modes you can set it in. You can either set it in Defender control mode, normal controls, or Robotron, and you can flip the screen obviously if you're going to sit on the other side and play Robotron. We have my little scramble sit-down cab that I got for $150, and that is working really well. I actually just need to do a bit of cleanup on the glass and get proper versions of these scramble inlays printed, because these are just done on normal paper. I need to do them on glossy paper, and scrape away some of that black that's been painted on some stage, and one missing button and one button to repair on the other side. And one remaining, oh sorry, we do actually have more than this one remaining. Underneath this mess is my original Space Invaders sit-down cab with the cellophane on the glass. That one's also very close to getting working. Now there are 2 other cabs in here underneath this pile, and it needs glass, is my Sega Galaxian. So yes, Sega released a Galaxian sit-down in Japan. They're actually a very rare cabinet. That was found on my local tip. And I have one last one here. It's called a Clean Skin Taito Space Invaders cocktail. So it's a cocktail cabinet in the Taito shape that's never been used for a real cocktail. You can see some cartridge shells that I haven't taken out of there, and the Vectrex there. Alright, so what we might do is I will set up the camera on the stand and we'll have a couple of goes at Star Trek. Just, yeah, I'm probably not going to get very far because I haven't had very many games, but we'll see how we go. All right, back in a sec. Right, here we go. Now I know my shoulder's going to get in the way occasionally, and I will stand to the side a little bit, but let's see how we go. So that's probably not going to help my gameplay. No, I haven't properly leveled it. It's probably out by only like 1%, so it does seem to have just a tendency to drain here a little bit more than you would expect. So no plunger, you would just have a fire torpedo, and at the start you have to try and hit the target. I've got a partial hit there. You've got to try and collect the targets at the top. It's hitting that. Oh. And then again, lost the ball. I'm going to have a couple of games because it takes a while to get warmed up, and I really haven't learned all the rules yet. I've got two lit up the top. Oh. I got completed that. Oh, missed it. I've got to hit the yellow thing in the centre. There we go. Oh, watch the transporter. Quite a cool effect. Okay, mighty ball. Oh, it's giving us some reprieve. Get the primary crystal. Risky. Oh, look at the side. Well, that was a good ball. I haven't reset anything, so it's still got the previous owner's high scores on it, so I have no idea what the high scores are. But it's quite a fun table. There's lots to, I mean, that was only a quick snippet there, and not even a particularly high score. But quite an enjoyable little table that I need to play and learn how to master. I'm very, very happy of finally getting a pinball in the game room. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and on Electric Adventures, and I'll catch you all later.